Hello everyone, this is Tetrafolium and I'm here for another very serious video here, of which I've been doing a lot of very serious videos lately, this whole month of April. Uh, it is a holiday for some, I mean not officially recognized, you'll know what it is, based on the vibes here. We're going to be ranking the Pokemon as per my C- and higher tier list that I made last year, in terms of ADV, OU viability, on how much of a chiller they are. I'm looking at this tier list once again, and I'm thinking to myself, I I don't agree with myself anymore. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about who's a chiller. All right. So, we've got the Sprigatito here. Obviously, that's the Pokemon of the day. So, maybe I'll I don't know, put it on my shoulder or something. It doesn't. It's not gonna stay, but we'll make it work. All right. Yeah, no, we're not gonna make it work. Sorry. Let's get started with Tyranitar. Is Tyranitar a chiller like that? Well, Tyranitar blows a cloud of dust as its ability. So I think that means that it definitely has the sauce. And I don't think that it's a special occasion that he's saving it for either. He just does it all the time. Is he Snoop tier? I don't know. I don't know if he's quite like that, because he is kind of... He can get kind of aggressive with it sometimes, you know? So I think we're going to have to put him at a frequent flyer. That's the best I can do. Skarmory? I don't know. I think Skarmory probably does not like that smoke. In fact, I think Skarmory is a major vibe killer. In fact, I think he Lowkirk might snitch. You ever thought about that? Skarmory is a snitch. Kind of makes sense to me, anyway. We're going completely based on vibes. There's no argument to be made here. But if you would like to argue or at least discuss your vibes, feel free to do so in the comments. Metagross, look at how red his eyes are. He's got to be up there, right? I mean, definitely he's got to be up there. Is he more than Tyranitar? No, Tyranitar is blowing that dust cloud all over the place. But I mean, the eyes don't lie. That's what Shakira once said, I think, in her hit song "Eyes Don't Lie." Blissey. I don't think Blissey has ever smoked, but Blissey's a cool one in my book. She's like the designated driver type beat, you know? Actually, I think she used to smoke back in the day. She probably did. Let's be real. Based on what? Nothing. Nothing at all. All right. Swampert. It's a tough one. Swampert, I feel like he cleans up his act as the generations go on, you know? He's really, like, slimmed down, kind of, like, hitting the gym. In Gen 7, he's, like, definitely on something. Not the Mary Jane. Probably steroids, but, I think he's a social smoker. I think he likes to link up with Tyranitar from time to time and get the sesh on. Gengar, well, look at how red his eyes are. He's definitely up there too. Is he Snoop tier? He's burned it up, but you know what? He misses a lot with his Will-O-Wisps, so he can't be burning it enough. I think he's gonna go under Metagross. I think I'm gonna keep him there. Claydol, well, he's like 3 times as red as everybody else. I think he is literally a bong So he's got to be Snoop tier. Shoutouts to Claydol. Zapdos. Zapdos is not a chiller. He's definitely angry with it. And I bet he's low-key jealous a lot of times. I think he's a snitch. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I think he's a snitch. Celebi, all right, Celebi. I've got a little Celebi plush now. What do I think Celebi would do? I mean, it's definitely down with the green. Look at it. But I don't know if Celebi's smoking like that. I think it's a special occasion kind of thing. It comes around like, you know, once in a blue moon. Maybe that's where the time travel aspect kind of comes in. I don't know. Kind of trippy. Maybe Celebi's into other stuff. All right, Suicune. I think Suicune's kind of giving me the same vibes as Blissey, but like a little bit more, how should I say, upstanding maybe. I think Suicune has never smoked. Yes, I know, like it runs fast as the wind, and it's like it's surrounded in that mist, but I think that's pure water vapor. That's not the delta, as it were. Salamence. Does Salamence have red eyes? I'm gonna have to zoom in. I'm gonna look it up on my other screen here. It's got a little bit of the red eyes going on. I think Salamence probably does from time to time. Not quite, maybe not quite as much as Swampert. Maybe more, maybe social. Maybe more a special occasion type of guy. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. I feel like Salamence is definitely like hunkered down, get his work done, make sure that he's fresh for the next day. But if he does not have work the next day, and you know, maybe it's a long weekend, I think he would partake. Probably a little more frequently than Celebi. Something just tells me Celebi's probably hopped up on some other stuff too much to be a chiller like that. Dugtrio's definitely a snitch. Look at how angry he is all the time. He could use some. Now, this is not an endorsement. Let me just make this clear. Maybe I should have made it clear at the beginning of the video. Do not do it if you are not already that way inclined. It's not going to improve your life. It may improve your ladder play, though. But what else will improve your ladder play? Watching Tetrafolium. All right, Jirachi. This is my guy right here. I got a Jirachi plush as well. Yeah, there you go. He's going high to the stars, I think. But not really, though. I mean, look at it. Look at his eyes. He's a little teary-eyed there. He definitely hasn't dried them out yet. I think at best I can give him Social Smoker. Maybe just under Swampert. Maybe over Swampert? Nah, just under Swampert. Swampert's chilling with Tyranitar way too much in this tier. Starmie. Starmie definitely has that big red eye situation going on. This is getting interesting. It's a really big one, though. I think it's going to be a Social Smoker, maybe at the top of the tier. I don't think Starmie's doing it quite as much as Gengar, but I think Starmie's going to more parties than Swampert is. Maybe. I don't know, actually. This is going to be the eternal struggle of this video, because I feel like Swampert is trying to hang with Tyranitar like low-key every other weekend. But is Starmie just hanging like every weekend though? I'll have to leave that to you in the comments to debate. Aerodactyl? Aerodactyl's a social smoker, I think, above Swampert. This one, it just feels right to me. I think Aero is hitting up Tyranitar and Gengar and, on occasion, Metagross every now and then. He's kind of doing the crazy. Snorlax? This guy's a frequent flyer for sure. He's got the munchies like crazy. I think he's low-key almost doing it as much as Tyranitar. Ironic because he does not like those dust clouds, but you know, he's a big edible guy, I think. He's eaten lots of citrus berries, if you know what I mean. All right. Magneton, I think Magneton used to have that smoke, but he doesn't do it anymore. He's got his eyes on the prize, all three of them, and that's on Skarmory. And that's why he's not a snitch, because he hates Skarmory so much that he would not be a snitch like Skarmory. Skarmory, the top op here? No, Dugtrio's the top op. Dugtrio is a... He does not want to have any fun. Flygon. He's got the biggest, reddest eyes. But he's not bong-shaped. I'm going to give him top of frequent flyer. And this is where I think we're going to get the most controversial opinion. Milotic? You might think maybe Milotic is like chill, but not that chill. But look at the hair. I have not known anybody to have hair like that and not just be like a Snoop Dogg level chiller. Milotic is definitely on something. Fori does it, I think, occasionally. Fori definitely does not like Skarm, and I think that's because Skarm snitches, but Fori's got some healthy respect for Skarmory and is low-key kind of paranoid. So he's only gonna do it when he thinks he can get away with it. I think that's my headcanon for Fortress here. Charizard. See, Charizard has that smoke. But I think he's a little bit intense. I think he's somebody who does it a little too much, and that's why, though. So I think I'm gonna put him right above Metagross as a frequent flyer. Heracross doesn't do it. He's too busy hitting the gym. Like he can't be bothered. In fact, I think he's even less likely to do it than Suicune. Medicham, I think, is in a similar sort of boat. Medicham's getting zenned out, but not on the Mary Jane. I think Medicham's big on meditation and like self-help and self-love like that, that's cool. I think, honestly, that's admirable. And I think we should all be more like Medicham. Jolteon. Oh, Jolteon is the life of the party, but he knows his place. He's not doing it too much. I think he's going to be maybe just under Starmie, in fact. Starmie maybe hits it a little bit more frequently than he ought to. Not a daily guy, but, you know. He's definitely calling up his buddy Flygon and saying, "Hey man, are you free on Wednesday?" He's crazy like that. He's trying to do it on a Wednesday. Like, get a job, Starmie. Damn. All right. Now we're down to our last couple guys here. And this is where I'm confused about my tierling philosophy. Why Why did I think that Wheezing is better than Gyarados? I think that was just major Gyarados hate at the time. I don't think I agree with that take anymore, but that's okay. I must have been on something when I was doing that stream. Raikou, unlike Suicune, is down to party, I think. But I don't think he's quite down to party like Jolteon is. I think I'm going to put him just above Jirachi. Registeel. This guy, he smokes. He smokes for sure. Look at all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7 red eyes. Is he gonna go in Snoop tier? I just don't think he's bong shaped enough. I'm gonna put him. Oh, I don't. Snorlax is like he's like an edible fiend, man. I just don't know if I can put him above Snorlax here, but rest assured, Registeel definitely can blow some rings. Vaporeon, I think Vaporeon used to smoke, right? Used to smoke, but now he vapes, so he's getting off of it, but he's hitting the vape. He's one of those guys that says it doesn't count if you've been drinking. And I personally, I don't agree with that take. I think smoking is smoking either way, but Vaporeon does justify it to himself like that. Umbreon. Now, I think that Umbreon is a social smoker on the level of Starmie, but is low-key a vibe killer. He's always hitting, taking rips, double dipping, in fact. When we didn't say it was not a puff pass situation, right? And whenever somebody's like, oh man, I forgot who's next in the rotation, Umbreon's always like, it's me, bro. And he never brings his own stuff. That's the key. And for that, I just can't. I don't mess with Umbreon anymore. I don't think I'd even tier him again. I don't want him in the circle. That's a nightmare Pokemon right there. Jinx. I think Jinx does it only after, like, a performance. Jinx is definitely one of those artists that's, like, hunkered down, focused on it, and then on the rare occasion that they're like, I'm really happy with what I just made there, they celebrate like that. That's what Jinx is up to. Doesn't want to do it too much, right? It'll hurt the vocal cords. It'll make Jinx not as good a singer. But there you go. Similarly, I think Moltres is in the special occasion category. Yes, I know he's a firebird. He can light up at any time, but he knows with great power comes great responsibility, and he picks his moments. I think he's going to be just above Jinx, just under Fori, because, you know, Fori would definitely be a social smoker if he wasn't so paranoid. Cloyster. I think Cloyster used to smoke. He used to be chill at some point, and then he stopped doing it, and he became a little bit explosive. And, you know, he's working on it. He's trying to do it the right way, whatever that means. But yeah, high key likely to relapse. Not as likely as Vaporeon, mind you, because Vaporeon is kind of coping, but possible on the relapse there. Wheezing, I mean, look at this guy. He is one of those guys. See, Claydol and Milotic get invited to the sesh. Weezing does not get invited to the sesh because he does not clean the bong. It's kind of nasty, in fact. But he is so into it. He's going to be our third Snoop tierer. In fact, probably above Milotic. Regice is a bit square, I think. Regice is like, no, I wouldn't do that. Like, why would you even suggest that? Doesn't see the appeal. And, you know, don't be a stick in the mud like Regice, all right? Have some fun. But you don't have to have fun in that way, and I respect Regice for understanding that about himself. So, shoutouts to Regice. I guess itself, it's genderless. Sorry if I'm misgendering the Pokemon. Donphan. Oh, Donphan knows how to roll. Donphan knows how to roll. He's definitely going to be in this frequent flyer. I think we've got some potheads in the ADV OU space. I know a few of them. But yeah, Donphan knows how to roll. I think he's getting invited to a lot of the sessions because he knows how to roll. I think I'm gonna put him just above Charizard, who of course loves to light up, but I mean, Donphan probably sells. If you don't know what I mean by that, you'll learn when you're older. All right, last is Gyarados. Gyarados, I think, is definitely competitive with it. He's looking at Salamence every now and then when Salamence comes around. He's saying, "Oh, but like I won't cough like Salamence does." But he kind of does anyway because he thinks he's all that, but he really isn't in it like that. So I think I'm going to put Gyarados, despite the fact that he's got those red eyes, just under Salamence, just to piss him off, frankly. And because maybe he is more frequent than Salamence, maybe. But he takes such shallow hits. That's the kind of guy that I think that Gyara is. He never really learned how to actually do it. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for this little tier list here. Enjoy yourself responsibly and legally if possible. I'm not going to condone anybody doing anything dangerous. All right, don't drive if you're partaking. And yeah, this has been Tetrafolium. Real video coming out later this week.